maybe it's just me, but when I think about the past of my childhood days, it's always in third person point of view. My earliest point of view memory would be when I was maybe 5 or 6. I hid under the kitchen table. It was a wooden one with a metal rod going down it, and I was waiting for my mom to come around the corner so I could scare her. Unfortunately, I smacked my head right on top of that metal rod, bleeding all over the place. My mom picked me up, run my head over the sink, threw some ice on it, rushed me to the hospital. And that's my earliest childhood memory. Not the greatest one, but it's still a memory. Up until this day, I still have a scar on top of my head. Apparently, I got 13 stitches. So, yeah, some advice. Don't do that. I started off with that because I grew up with two olders and one younger sister. Naturally, the two older would gravitate with each other because they're close to the same age. They rave about things such as Boyz to Men, New Kids on the Block, Whitney Houston, R.I.P., Boys in the Hood, fantastic movie, Melrose Place and 90210, another R.I.P. to Luke Perry, and the list goes on. My older sisters and I were not really close while growing up, but we got along, I'll say. They called me anytime they saw a bug and they wanted me to kill it, especially the 40 legs, because them two, they lived in the basement. I remember coming down there just bugging them sometimes, again, just to say hi or whatever. And again, because they're teenagers, they had other plans and other ideas within their mind. I just came down to bond. But I remember one day I probably pissed off one of them, and I don't know who threw it, but I know a VCR got thrown at some point, and it hit one of us. I don't know which one of us it hit, but I just remember the VCR getting thrown across the room. But again, we loved each other. We loved each other. My younger sister and I are 2 years apart. Back then, we were pretty close. The people used to say that you couldn't see one without the other, and it was very true. Despite me not having a brother, it was nice to have someone that was close in my age to me, so that her and I could actually share memories and have similar thoughts. In those moments, I did not feel alone when I was at home. To me, she was my best friend. I remember us going to the park, running for the ice cream truck. I always got I think it's called the wheel. It had two chocolate biscuits and then ice cream in the middle. And I always got the vanilla and chocolate. She always got the vanilla dipped in chocolate dip, or she got the sprinkle, which again, all three were fantastic ice cream. They used to sell the Rocket, which was the three-color popsicle, and that was fantastic as well. I miss those days. Now I wouldn't really trust anything coming from an ice cream truck. It's just a different time, I guess. You always go to the corner store probably once a week or even every 2 weeks. We got allowance, and that was like our little treat. We'll then go and buy these things called surprise bags. And these surprise bags, they had two tiers. One was a 50 cents one and one was $1. The 50 cents one they both had the same, it was either candy. Sorry, it was candy in both of them, but the amount of candy and the type of toy was varied because of the extra 50 cents difference. I've always wondered what happened to those things. I really miss the 90s because of those small things that we had that now when you go to the store, you're just like, not much, nothing really, the appetite's not there for those small trinkets of candy, I would say. I used to buy these 5 cents candies. I've seen them nowadays in the store when I go, but it's not the same, I'll say. But I used to get the Bigfoot, Hot Lips, those cube caramels were good too. The 5 cents gum with the comics inside of them. I forgot what they were called. If you remember hit it in the comment section. I'd love to see if I could grab some. I remember my middle sister used to collect a bunch of those, and she had like a bag full of them. And the comics were really cheesy, but it was a little, it was a nice incentive to actually buying the gum. What else I could say about that as well is the fact that we had like, every time I had a dollar or we had a dollar, we'd run to the store, we'll buy 10 5-cent candy, a jumbo sour key, which was like 25 cents, and those small skinny sticks of Jolly Rancher. My favorite for Jolly Rancher is green apple and grape. They were so good. So I'm going to do a little survey, or not really survey. I just want to know everyone's idea and opinion. What's your favorite candy from the 90s? Comment below. Don't forget to subscribe and smash that like button. Anyways, we used to walk and to and from school together, talking about the last episode of DuckTales. Darkwing Duck was one of our favorites. The Goof Troops, and I forgot there's like these bears. I totally forgot there's like these three. No, it was DuckTales. No, Tailspin. It was Tailspin. Tailspin was a good TV show as well. We used to watch as well. Inspector Gadget and the Care Bears. When we were inside, we would be jumping on the couches, building pillow forts, and we used to do all this stuff while my parents were at work. And about an hour, half an hour before they got home, we would clean up real quickly and just like, pretend we were very good kids while watching TV and doing homework. Just our little secret. But it was nice. Her and I, we tried out coffee for the very first time. I was in grade 6, she was in grade 4, and it was a summer. Because I was going into grade 7, I'm like, you know what? I want to try and be more fancy and be more grown up. So why not? Since then, I have not touched coffee. I hate coffee. Hate any type of coffee drink. No ice cap, no mocha, no espresso. I don't like any of them. Love the smell. I just refuse to drink it. In the winter, we would go outside and play in the snow. We made snowmen or snow people. Had snowball fights. Went toboggan in a local park as well. Christie Pit. And even Arlington Hill. Fantastic hills. I don't know. I've seen the Arlington Hill recently. It's still fantastic over there. I know Arlington Middle School is not there anymore, but shout out to the Arlington people. Summer was my favorite time. We would take the bikes and skateboard around the block or just hang out in the backyard eating fruits. We had a massive garden with so much fruits and vegetables. Like, it was fantastic. We could literally just live off everything that my parents grew. I'll actually do a podcast in regards to what it was like growing up in Greek town in Toronto. It's actually very welcoming. It was very interesting. It was very interesting, but I don't want to spoil anything, so watch out for that. It's coming shortly. My mom used to have a 1989 blue Chevy Caprice Estate station wagon that seated 8. Before that, my earliest memory of the car she had before that was a brown station wagon. Same thing, but now there's just the upgraded version. No more of the rolling down windows. Some of you guys might not know what that is, but the new 1989 blue station wagon that had power windows and power locks as well. It was mind-boggling, to tell you the truth. I remember like the cassette player. I'm going to actually put a picture up. So look up or look at the screen and you'll see the blue station wagon that we used to have. The last row, my sister and I would always sit back there, and that was always turned towards the back to see the other drivers on the road. We had a good time just back there. My sister and I would always sit back there waving at people or making faces at them. I'm pretty sure you probably pissed off a few people. We would tempt people with snacks. We'll have like chips or whatever, and we like point it to them and say, hey, do you guys like, not really, they couldn't hear us, but it was like that notion that we're like saying, hey, do you want any? And then we'll just slowly eat it and like have like drool all over our mouth. It was, yeah, people must have been really upset with us and gave us the finger or something. We pretended to fight, so I like pretend to like punch her and she'll like fly back, just to see the look on their faces. Was pretty funny. The greatest thing that we've ever done was, especially when it's a nice warm day outside and it was clear blue skies, is that we'll point up to the sky and we'll have a look of horror on our face, like UFOs or we're being attacked, and you'll see the drivers look over their steering wheel just to like look up to the sky to see what's going on. Thankfully, no accidents has actually happened from that, but all in all, we had a good time together. Somewhere down the road, I noticed we were drifting apart. Whether it was due to our interest or friends or just how life is, I started to notice that I would be playing video games, watching TV, or going for bike rides alone while she was with her friends. I had friends back then, I still do now. The problem was back then was my guy friends, they had brothers, so they didn't had someone to play with. They had someone to relate with. They had someone to actually have fun with. While my sister, she had friends, though again, they were into the Barbie, Spice Girls, Britney Spears, Christina Aguilera back then was what they were into. Cabbage Patch Kids was huge. What's that? Easy Bake Oven as well. Like, they were all into that stuff. And for the guys, it was trucks. And I was never a big fan of Transformers, and still not. I do like Beasties and Beast Wars, but not into the Transformers when they were robot in disguise, the trucks. I grew up watching baseball. I love the sport. I remember in 92 and 93 when the Jays won, my street was just like party after party, and we were celebrating fireworks and everything like that. It was a great time for the city of Toronto. My favorite I was a big fan of Roger Clemens, Roy Halladay, R.I.P. again. It's third R.I.P. this segment. Life is short. Life is really short. And Randy Johnson. I love that he's a left-handed with a sidearm throw. It was just pretty cool just to watch him throw a ball. I would actually throw a tennis ball against the stairs outside, pretending I was a pitcher. Depending on where it hit, the ball would angle in that direction. It was interesting to see if it would be a pop fly, a fly ball, or a line drive. I honestly think I was the only one that did that. It's an interesting fact, though. It helped increase my reaction time, reflexes, and prediction on where a ball would actually go once it struck. To tell the truth, this actually helped me volleyball when I played goalie in hockey or soccer. It helped me with badminton. It helped me with any sport where, again, a ball was struck. Just to see the trajectory of it, I could somewhat predict where it would go, and I was actually pretty good at either hitting it, saving it, or wherever it might be. So good thing I actually learned that small like tidbit of information. It was pretty interesting. I remember when I broke the bottom glass swing door once while attempting a sidearm throw. Not a good thing with parents from the Caribbean and a dad from Africa. These were the things I did to pass time at a young age while I was at home with 3 sisters. Life is funny that way, and I wouldn't change it. Plus, from 3 sisters, I ended up with 5 nephews. So I think I win in the end. Chainsaw Phoenix, heading to the exit.